This video is for educational purposes only. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite strains as of 2024. Some of the strains I'm going to discuss you might already know about, but there's quite a few you've probably never heard of before. Like the first one I'm going to talk about, and that is Metronome. Let me know down in the comments if you've heard of this one before. I know that CannaJammin carries this one. It's a cross of papaya and London Pound Cake 75. This is actually a new strain that popped up here from the hills in South Dakota, grows this one, and it is just absolutely fire. The bag appeal, the smell, the effects, it is just high quality stuff. You know when you buy a bag and you open it up and you're just blown away and it just takes you back in time and you're like, this is just some of the best stuff I've had in a long time? That's how I feel with Metronome. The buds I got were like nice and green, and when I cracked them open, they were purple inside. Just absolutely stunning bag appeal. The smell kind of reminded me of like fruit and cheese. It's mostly sativa. When I have some of this, I'm like up, moving around, cleaning the house, doing a bunch of work. It is awesome. I love it. So if Metronome ever pops up around you, make sure to grab some. I think you'll be pretty excited with what you get. The next strain I'm going to talk about is another one that I tried recently. I've probably had this before in the past, or something that was a cross of this. Black Afghani. I believe this one is a cross of Afghan Kush and Black Domina. It may also have OG Kush as well, according to allbud.com. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm not really sure. But this Black Afghani, God, it is so good. Whenever I open up the bag, it's so nostalgic. It just takes me back to like 15 years ago or so. It just reminds me of like some good old school herb. It like has a really nice like tea herbal kind of smell to it almost. For the last couple months, I've been mixing it with a bunch of different indicas that I had that weren't quite relaxing enough to help me to sleep at night. But with the Black Afghani, it was just like a game changer. It just relaxes me, and I seem to fall asleep pretty easily on this stuff. I think it can still be used during the daytime, like a nice chill relaxing strain. You don't have anything going on, but this stuff is just so freaking good. I am down to like the very bottom of the bag, and it still smells so good. It's so nostalgic. I love it. Next one I'm going to talk about is Mango Haze. This is a cross of Northern Lights. I believe it's number 5, skunk, and a haze cross. This one for me is like a good sativa leaning hybrid. About 15 years or so ago, I went with a friend of mine out to Colorado, and he introduced me to a friend of his who hooked me up. I believe he gave me some hash plant, some skunk, some kind of purple bud he grew, and then some Mango Haze. And that Mango Haze was just so good. We literally enjoyed that the whole way back home, and it was awesome. The flavor and everything. For me, it wasn't like super energetic, but I just remember the flavor and everything was just awesome on this one. It's mango, sweet, tropical, fruity, and haze all in one. Speaking of Mango Haze, I'm actually growing an autoflower version on my next run. It's by Mephisto Genetics. It's called Old School Mango Haze. It's not legit Mango Haze, but I'm pretty excited to try it out. It's a cross of their best-selling Mango Smile and a 30-year-old cut of Old School Haze. I'm also going to be running Purple Domina by Laughing Hyena Seeds. They reached out to me to be a tester and sent me like 12 variety of seeds. I told them I was already planning on doing the Mango Haze, so I'm going to do one of each for this next round. I will be making a seed to harvest video of that for YouTube. I'll also be posting updates on my Instagram, canna.jammin. The next one we're going to talk about is a strain. I don't know if you've heard about this one before. It's called Fritter Banger. This one for me feels like a nice 50-50 hybrid. I think it's supposed to be slightly indica leaning. That's just not the experience I got from it, at least. But this is a cross of Apple Fritter and Sherbanger. I've never had Sherbanger before, but I have had a cross with it. I actually did a review on here recently. It was Ice Cream Banger, a cross of Ice Cream Cake and Sherbanger. For some reason, both of these strains, they kind of have like a little bit of licorice notes to them. I'm not a big fan of licorice, but for some reason with the Ice Cream Cake and with this Apple Fritter, it is just so good. Every time I popped open the jar of this, it just had such a good apple smell to it. So good. And the effects were just really positive, happy, almost like made me want to laugh and giggle a little bit. The Fritter Banger is definitely a 10. Just absolutely stunning. Before you leave after watching this video, make sure to leave a comment down below of your top 10 favorite strains and what you're currently smoking on right now. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe. The next one is a strain maybe you've heard of before, maybe you haven't, and that is Black d.o.g. I've only had this one a couple times, and both times it was just really good stuff. It's a cross of Blackberry Kush and Emerald Headband. This one's definitely a indica hybrid, I would say. It's got some really nice grape, berry, and pine notes to it. It also has like a unique smell and flavor to it. I can't quite describe what it is, but it's definitely a nice chill after work strain, and it is really good. I highly recommend you try it if you can find some. From the research I did on this, it looks like it's usually around like an 85-15 indica. The next one I'm going to talk about, I believe you call it Caramelicious or Caramelicious, something like that. It's like a caramel strain, and it's got these like really good, not only caramel, but it's got almost like a chemical kind of smell to it. Man, I had this stuff before and I cannot find it anywhere. I've been tempted to maybe grow this stuff sometime. It is just such a unique strain, and it is very, very good. This is a cross of Afghan Kush, Blue Black, and Maple Leaf Indica. I actually have a good friend in town that also got some too, and they were just like over the moon with this strain. If you find some and try it, let me know your experience. I wish I could find some of this stuff. Imagine caramel, sweet, nutty, vanilla, and just some like overall pungent, funky chemical notes to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just such an interesting strain. The next one, every time I find this stuff and I try it, it's just so good. It's so like energetic. Gets me up, getting a lot of stuff done. Not everybody is a fan of haze. I like a good haze. I'm actually growing a Hubba Bubba haze right now by Mephisto Genetics. It's an old school bubblegum cross with like G13 haze and I think something else, I can't remember. But the one I'm talking about is Super Silver Haze. I really enjoy this. The last batch I had, the buds look like they're almost like silver in color. It's pretty cool. This one is a skunk, Northern Lights, and haze cross, and it's usually around like an 80-20 sativa. If you're looking for something that just like gets you up out of bed in the morning, or you can just get a lot of work done, this is one that I highly suggest. This is not a couch lock strain by any means at all. It's got like that super creative, happy buzz. Like I just get so many like ideas running in my head whenever I have this stuff. Some people smoking this one may get paranoid because it can kind of get your heart rate going and get you like really jittery and stuff. So if you're new to smoking, maybe be a little easy with this one. This one for me is normally really haze forward with a little earthy citrus skunk to it, but definitely more haze than anything, I would say. Next up is another strain you've probably never heard of before, and that is Royal with Cherries. I think it's also known to be like Royale with Cherries. It's supposed to be like a Pulp Fiction play on words or something like that. This one is a cross of Cherry Lime Pop and Royal Kush. And this one I get like a lot of cherry, lime, terps, and flavors off of it. It's also a very indica leaning hybrid. This one for a while was like my go-to bedtime strain. It's just, the flavor of the cherry lime is just so strong on this one. And it's like one of those strains you can just roll up and smoke the whole thing. And throughout the whole thing, you're gonna get cherry lime terps. It's just so good. The grower here who I got it from, I believe they said they were having some problems with it. Maybe like nutrient problems or just really difficulty to grow. So if you decide to grow that one, keep in mind that it may be a little difficult and require a lot of training and stuff. I also remember that one being very good for pain relief. The next one I don't always find, but it's pretty common strain, and that is Trainwreck. I have been a fan of Trainwreck for as long as I can remember. From my understanding, this is a cross of Mexican and Thai sativa that's also crossed with the indica Afghani. So it's not a complete, total, energetic sativa feeling for me. It's also pretty relaxing as well. Whenever I had this last, I was just like smoking it every morning before I cooked breakfast, and it just put me in such a pleasant mood. I wasn't necessarily like up and energetic and feeling like I wanted to get a lot of stuff done, but my mind was very creative and just all over good feeling. This one I normally get like woody and citrus notes, sometimes pine as well. The next one is Modified Grapes. This one I haven't been able to find for a minute as well, and it's just got such a nice grape flavor, but also peppery as well. This one is normally an 80-20 indica leaning strain. It has a really good balance of like spicy, peppery, pungent, as well as grape. and it relaxes me so well into a blissful night of sleep. I've only found this one a handful of times. The last time some popped up, I think I drove like 45 minutes to go grab some, and it was totally worth it. This is a cross of GMO and Purple Punch, which are also two strains I really enjoy. You can definitely stay awake on this one, but I personally enjoyed it before bed. Before you go, let me know your top 10 favorite strains and what you're smoking on right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at canna.jammin for more. See you next time.